my previous function, we have had discussions with APS as well, with the different ministries in terms of projects. And so in looking at some of the others you showed on the video, I did not, and you mentioned diversity in your presentation, I did not see projects that really focused on education and youth. So I was wondering where they fell within the priority setting of the APS. I know you were in discussion for a sporting facility or the expansion of a sporting facility, at least one. But I see that these types of investments into the social fabric of the country is also very important. So I'd like to know where these stand in the priority listing of the APS, and also who then determines the priority setting for what types of projects. Is it just depending on need at the moment, or what seems available, or what seems, or based strictly on what is financially going to bring a large rate of investment? Seeing that our economic development over the years has always been way ahead of the social development, and that has played a key role in diminishing the value of our economic development and tarnished our product. I think that as big investors, or the possibility of having funds for investment, that we try to focus a bit on investments that can also benefit communities that need it the most, and improve the quality of life for a group of people that have been basically neglected. I was also very happy to get some more information on the Mary's Fancy project. I know the ministry and the Department of Culture, the Monument Council, were a bit concerned about maintaining certain standards. So I'm hoping that in the future developments that are coming, because the wall in itself, and I know the trenching is necessary, but the visual of the wall was not according to the monument standard as far as I understand. So I was really concerned about the rest of the project, in that it met the approval and of the Monument Council particularly. I've seen other projects that tampered with the cultural heritage of the island, and because the monument permit law is the monument permit is pretty new, and it was made in a hurry, a lot of things were left out, and so, the monument still gets trampled on. So I'm really asking for the care, being the owners of that property, to actually maintain. I know that a lot of renovation has to take place, and that in and of itself tampers with the intangible cultural heritage part of it. And so I'm really interested to see the design of the old and new, and how that will actually enhance the part of the cultural heritage that you are actually trying to preserve, as you mentioned in your presentation, as APS. Government had an agreement with both APS and SZV to repay debts over the past 3 years. I know the hurricanes of last year tampered with 2017's budget, but 2015 and 16, 20 million was withheld from the budget of the country. We weren't able to do a lot of things to be able to pay back this debt. I would like to know if this debt has indeed been paid off, at least for 2015 and 16. So is this 39 million that you mentioned inclusive of that? And so then my question, I'm seeing them shaking their heads for those who are not following. So then, Mr. Chairman, my question then would be to the Minister of Finance to elucidate where these funds are. I was made to understand that they were waiting on the 3 years to accrue, and it was on an account. So I would like to know, for our knowledge, where is the 40 million that had been on the account at the time, and will this be going towards APS, or has it been redirected for other purposes, and how we aim to be able to meet our requirements in the debts that we owe to our social insurance bank as well as to APS. I personally have not seen the report that was mentioned, one of the reports on APS. So until I read that, I would reserve any other questions and probably send those in writing. As a matter of fact, any of the questions that I have asked can be sent back in writing as well. And one other question I had was concerning the board, and as how long is it established for? You mentioned 5 experienced members, if I remember correctly. Can you also enlighten us as to who those members are and in what area of expertise their experience lies?
Tell them, connecting you.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGE.
I have some questions that I think would be good for the population to be aware of. One of those is, what is the average pension payment of the APS? Can APS pensioners live off their pension, or do they need extra income to survive? If the answer is no, also I would like to know, are all civil servants, which I believe amount to a little over 2,500 persons, enrolled at APS? If that answer is no, what prevents them from being registered as participants in APS? I will echo the sentiments of my colleague MP Helliger. One of my questions was actually why aren't the government-owned companies employees part of APS? One would assume that having more people in a pension fund contributing would actually be a positive thing for the island. So if you can answer me on that, I would appreciate that. You did mention an increase in the coverage ratio, which I believe increased a little over 7 to almost 8%, and is now over the 100% required by the central bank. My question is that enough to structurally cover the pension payments, obligations, now and in the future? In your presentation, you also referred to the fact that APS is always looking for affordable land. As we know in St. Martin, a lot of our land, there's a lot of succession issues. As the price of land has also increased in St. Martin, I think many of the local families are quite reluctant to sell their land at an affordable price. Everyone is looking at that return on investment that also APS is concerned about. My question with that then is, has APS looked into the possibility of actually partnering with some of these families to be able to do housing projects and even commercial projects? My next question is, obviously you mentioned that there's already 300 people have applied for these 62 homes, which I believe was totally expected on the island, because homes is definitely a problem. My question is, what is the criteria for applying to purchase one of these homes? What is going to be the average cost? I believe I heard you mention that there is the possibility of adding an extra room. I think you mentioned 3 bedrooms with the possibility of adding 1. I think that is a very good feature in our market in St. Martin, because we always like to know that we have the possibility of expanding our homes. So definitely that's a plus. Let me see here. Yes, so far as the investment in the hospital project, my question, is similar to that of MP Bryson. I understand that there's more than one investor in that project. What body, what are the risks of APS being involved in that project? I understand that there's other pension funds also involved in that project, so I would assume that all of the due diligence has been achieved, has been taken, but I would definitely know that like to know if that's the case.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Wib now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact Wib today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you're for.
Tell them. Connecting you.
representative of St. Martin on the board of CFT. How close are you to achieving or realizing this appointment, and who is the person in question?
Thank you for the question, Stephen, and thank you for reminding me, because that is one of the points that I forgot to mention this morning. In the Council of Ministers yesterday, we approved the candidacy of Mr. Russell Vogels, known to the people of St. Martin, former Minister of Finance, Lieutenant Governor. His background is in financing, and it's somebody who, and it's very important this time because that you know the political dynamics of not only of country St. Martin, but the political dynamics within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And in my humble opinion, without trying to badmouth talking the CFT, but I get the feeling that the CFT is more and more becoming or having also a political agenda, and we needed somebody strong who could represent us in that body to at least make sure that St. Martin gets what they need. And by saying that, you see, the CFT has always been a body that is like the auditor of how we are doing our financial management. I always, from day one that I was meeting them also in The Hague in my former function, try to initiate or pushing them into a direction to also assist us and come with solutions, you know, to help us out how we can reach the goals that were set in the Kingdom law. And the relationship is getting better and better and better, but I'm kind of wary with the new appointment that the Netherlands made to the CFT in the form of Mr. Kamp. So we needed somebody who can stand up to somebody of that magnitude.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2,
3,
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I have represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports. Because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
This